Hello, beautiful. If you're new to the channel, my name is Zakia and it's so nice to meet you. If you're a returning watcher, then you already know that your support means so much to me. Today, I'm sharing with you guys some early Christmas decor. We are going with neutral and fresh and timeless, just really pretty and really cozy. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Let's get started. To get started, I cleared off my mantle, I cleared off my console, I cleared the pillows off of the armchairs and the pillows on the sofa, and I took out the pieces that I would be using to decorate, and I just laid everything out so I could get a good look at it. The first thing that I really wanted in this design was comfort. So I took out these soft furry pillows. If you remember these pillows, they are from Target and they are in the Studio McGee line, and I love how soft they are. The next thing that we're gonna look at is these pillow covers from IKEA, and they are 100% linen. I really wanted the linen in this design because I'm going for a really classic, really timeless sort of look. And for me, linen is one of those materials that does that best. This piece is actually a tablecloth from Pottery Barn, but when I saw it, I feel like the round objects look like ornaments, and it's almost as if it's a light red and sort of like a dark muted green. So in that way, I feel like it sort of conveys a Christmas color scheme without being over the top Christmassy. And I really like block prints, so it was perfect for me. These birch logs are from Crate and Barrel, very pretty. This greenery I picked up the pine picks at Hobby Lobby, and I think they were only like $1.50, so they were a great deal. I don't normally like to use fake flowers, but this hydrangea was so pretty and so realistic that I just went for it in this design. I picked up this garland last year for 90% off at Joann, and it's actually not a very thick garland, so I did pick up 3 of them, and I'm gonna layer all 3 of them to get a much nicer effect on the mantle. I just took out an assortment of glassware and some vessels here to use throughout the room. As far as candles go, light is a really key element in this design because that's what it's really all about. That is my inspiration in this design, is light. So I'm going to be using quite a few candles, and I will be mixing electric candles with real candles. This particular candle here is something that I really love. I found these at Hobby Lobby, and they are electric candles. They come in the candle holder, and I think they just have such a crisp, clean look. One thing that usually bothers me eventually about electric candles is that they start to look a little dinged up and battered, and they get scratched when you're handling them. So even though I tend to like that look of real wax, I don't like how they get damaged over time. And with this candle coming in its own container already in the candle holder, that is an issue that you can avoid. Here you can see that I have some of my brass pieces. I have the bird, and I also found this really beautiful brass bell while I was thrifting, and I immediately grabbed it because I knew that I was going to want to use it, and this just seems like the perfect occasion for that. A couple more of my thrifted finds, these candlesticks, very beautiful, and they are conveying that classic, timeless sort of feeling that I'm going for here today. I've had these lanterns for a few years and I don't use them very often, but I really thought that they would go very well with this design and interject a little bit of modern lines along with the more timeless classic lines. I found this bell garland at Hobby Lobby very affordable and very beautiful. So here you can see I'm hanging my garland and I'm using command hooks, and it's really easy to do that, and it's really easy to remove them from your mantle when you're done. So for me, that is the best way that I have found to hang a garland, or really to hang quite a few different types of things. So it's nice to just have those in your home so you can have them on hand for any time that a project comes up. This is a classic white picture, very simple, clean lines. I use this in my kitchen a lot on the open shelving, but here you can see I'm just putting in some of these greenery stems that look very realistic, very fresh, very beautiful. I actually enjoy buying faux evergreens because I always feel like they tend to look the most realistic out of all of the faux florals. A lot of these things that if you don't get very close to them, you would never know the difference. I thought it would be nice to add a little touch of whimsy to this by tying a small ivory ribbon around the stem of the bell. I don't know if stem is exactly the right word, but that's what I'm going with. So I just tied a little ribbon around there, and I just thought it looked so sweet. I'm adding more battery operated candles here, and the reason that I'm being very specific by saying that I'm adding battery operated candles on this mantle is that we actually used to have a television mounted above the mantle, and I put a candle on the mantle one day, and a couple of hours passed, and I came back and I looked, and the corner of the television was melted. So if I can save just one television from the fate that our television met by letting you know here and now, be very careful about where you place your candles, because it can be a very expensive mistake. I'm using linen pillow covers for my armchair pillows, and as we know, linen is notoriously wrinkly, and I notoriously hate to iron. So steamers come in real handy for me. I've had this steamer for a few years now, and I can't say that I enjoy steaming either, but I hate it a little bit less than I hate ironing. So if I have to get wrinkles out of something, it's gonna be with the steamer 9.5 times out of 10. So like I said, I've had this for a few years now. I ordered it on Amazon, and you can see here, I could have spent more time getting out a few of those wrinkles, but you can see here what a big difference steaming that pillow cover made. It's definitely one of those things that you want to do if it's too bad. You know, I don't mind a few wrinkles in my linen because I feel like it's just that organic nature of it. So a few wrinkles here and there don't really bother me. As you can see, these pillow covers don't have zippers. You have to tie these and put a bow in to hold the pillow cover together, which I think is kind of a cute feature. These pillows are down-filled, so I've got a nice little chop right in the center. So here I'm putting the lanterns, and normally I have a really large vase sitting on top of this stack of books, but I did want something a little bit more festive, a little bit more shiny, so that's why I went with the lanterns here. And again, more candles, more light. Something that I always like to do on this coffee table, because as I've mentioned before in the past, we actually use this coffee table for storage. So I like to put things on trays here to make them easy to remove and to put back whenever I'm done with the coffee table. I usually keep candles in this area all of the time, so this is not really anything new, but I did sort of rearrange the candles. I'm using one of the white vessels that I showed you guys earlier. I've had this for a few years. I got it at Target. I really like the clean, classic lines of this. And I'm filling it with the birch logs and some of the greenery. And I'm also going to put the hydrangea in there. I thought this was a really pretty arrangement, very unexpected and very different. Now I'm adding the bell garland to the mantle, and I'm sort of just finagling them and playing around with them to get them securely attached to the garland. And once I've done that, I'm just sort of tucking in the battery packs for the lights. I just used like battery pack lights that I twisted around the garland, and I tucked the battery packs behind the garland. And I actually made this vintage bell swag with bells from Dollar Tree, so be on the lookout for a tutorial on that. This is my tablecloth turned throw. Now this is something that I wanted to show you guys, even though I didn't keep it up because I felt like it was a little too distracting in this particular design for me, but I think as an individual element, it's really pretty and really dreamy. And I also just wanted to show you guys, just in case you wanted to do it, I just used a very realistic looking garland that I had, and I fastened it around my pendant lighting. And I thought that it would be so pretty to put ribbon on it, let the ribbon hang, and it would just have this sort of ethereal sort of look, which I feel like I did achieve. I thought it was very, very beautiful. But like I said, when everything was said and done, it was just kind of distracting for me, so I did take it down. But you guys can see here exactly how I did it, and you could definitely try this in your space. It's super economical and it's really pretty. It would be great for all sorts of parties, or really just if you like that sort of thing, it would be beautiful for any time. And right here you can see just how beautiful it did turn out and just how dreamy it does look. Now I'm putting the pillows on the sofa, and again here I'm doing the chop. I don't always do the chop, but for some reason I just thought the chop was very necessary. Now we're moving on to the star of the show, the tree. I wanted everything on this tree to be about light. I wanted the tree itself to have lots of light, and I wanted the ornaments to either reflect light or to have light pass through them. And I also wanted the tree to have a really high-end feel. So the way that I chose to combine these two things was by using glass ornaments. And I actually got some really nice quality ornaments. Some of them I got at Home Goods for a really, really great price. And the others I found actually at Joann. They had beautiful glass ornaments, and I would definitely suggest getting them when they are on sale. These beads are from Walmart. They were very inexpensive. This particular ornament holds a lot of sentimental value. We actually got this when my husband's father passed away, because cardinals are supposed to be a symbol of loved ones who have passed on. So we bought this the Christmas after he passed, and I decorate with it every now and then. I wanted to show you guys what some of the ornaments look like close up. These are really beautiful. They have sort of a crackle texture, so every crack lets the light shine and sparkle. So they're so pretty. And this also shows you another thing that I really like about this tree. I love this tree so much. It is one of the most beautiful, realistic looking trees that I have seen. And I got this tree on Amazon. If you are looking for a really good tree, this tree is amazing. I haven't put anything on the top of the tree yet because I'm not quite sure what I want to put up there, but when I decide, I will definitely let you guys know. I think this tree looks so amazing in the room. It is just so beautiful. I love the color. I love the flocking. I love that it is pre-lit, so I don't have to try to light the tree myself. I love that this tree looks incredibly realistic, like very realistic, and not very much of the flocking came off at all when I unpacked it. Of course, there was just a bit, but that is to be expected. But after that, it has been fine. Another thing that I changed in the room was the arrangement that I had in the white vessel. I did take that from where it was in front of the garland and move it because even though I liked the arrangement itself, I felt like it was sort of distracting and blocking the garland. So I just put together another low arrangement, which I thought was just as beautiful. And I moved the white vessel over to the side of the sofa, and I think it looks really great there. Those birch logs look really nice with the texture of that lamp that I have over there. Now we're moving on to the dining room, and I just wanted to put together a really simple, really pretty, really sort of classic looking tablescape. So even though everything else is pretty neutral, I did want to introduce a little bit of color into the tablescape just for that sort of festive sort of quality. I ordered these linen napkins from Amazon. I thought I would give them a try. They are nice. They're very smooth to the touch. They have a great feel. They aren't quite as thick as the linen napkins that I like to get at Crate and Barrel, but they are very beautiful, and I do feel that they are worth what they cost. I thought I would use these cups from the little market to hold the flowers. I like these cups because although they are white and neutral, they have the etched pattern in them, so that feels festive to me. I really like the green berries in these arrangements because I feel like they sort of give these arrangements that sort of winter vibe that they might not otherwise have. Right here, I'm using matching plates to those cups. Again, they are a nice crisp white, but they have the etched pattern, and that's very festive. It brings a lot of movement and a lot of texture to the table. These salad plates are not large enough that they obscure the pattern on the plates, but they also just add another layer and a little bit more richness to the arrangement here. And they are also rimmed in a metallic gold that ties into the gold on the table. These glasses I'm so excited about. They were such a good find. I found those glasses at Dollar Tree. I had been looking for some really unique glasses for this tablescape, and I came upon those, and I immediately knew that that's what I wanted to use. Here, I'm just adding a few more natural elements to the table. That's one of my favorite things to do, and I think it's just such an easy way to elevate any design. And the finished look is just beautiful. Very simple, very clean, classic, but still just feels luxurious. And that is what I am all about, is organic luxury. Things that are comfortable, and they don't have to be fussy, but they still make you feel special. They still make you feel cared for, and they feel like an indulgence. I really hope that you guys have enjoyed this decorate with me. I have so much more winter and Christmas content coming, and I really want you guys to be here and to be a part of it. So go ahead and subscribe and hit that notification bell so we can make sure that you don't miss out on anything. Until next time.